Start focusing on your brain health today with AARP Staying Sharp, included with your AARP membership. Staying Sharp is an award-winning digital program offering content about brain health. Discover content that is fun and fits your daily routine. Explore Staying Sharp challenges, articles, videos and recipes, and guided meditations. Plus, fun games when you need a break. Make brain health a priority with Staying Sharp.
Life is full of surprises. Isn't it time you surprised it for a change? By learning to grow healthier, planning not only how you'll save, but why. Getting wiser beyond your years, before those years. Plus scoring more points and exclusive perks as an AARP member. Start now. Don't stop. Reward yourself now and thank yourself later. AARP Rewards. Reward yourself.
Stories are power. They affect us, inspire us, and change us. We are Wish storytellers. We inspire people to live more vibrant and purposeful lives. We grant wishes that celebrate older adults for their wisdom, contributions, and sacrifices.
If you believe in something and you stay at it, you'll finally get the recognition you deserve.
It's important for people to feel empowered to tell their stories because it's a form of immortality.
We reconnect people with their passions, their dreams, and the people they love.
Seeing him interact with the horses was a dream come true.
Take off. It's not just a pipe dream anymore. It's electric.
When we grant a wish, it has an extraordinary effect on that person and their community, and it helps them dream bigger than ever before.
Hello, I'm not Johnny Cash.
Wish of a lifetime made his wish come true.
We are Wish of a Lifetime from AARP, and we're changing what's possible as we age, one inspirational wish at a time.
Developing new skills and building connections with others is the spice of life. Whether at home or out and about, getting involved in activities boosts your physical and mental well-being. That's why AARP offers experiences designed for learning, self-improvement, and fun. Our virtual community center features free online events. From our noteworthy lecture series, to movies, to cooking classes, there are many options for health and wellness. Stretch and strengthen with yoga or Pilates, or get your body moving in a dance class. Boost your mental health in a mindful movement and meditation class. Explore cultural performances like theater, ballet, and musicals. And at aarp.org, we have articles, videos, and other resources to give you the most important information when you need it. AARP is committed to helping you find new opportunities for fun, build connections, and create joy at every step of the way.
Hello and welcome. Thank you to all the AARP members and everyone else joining me today for this movement class, which is part of the AARP Virtual Community Center. I'm Tom McCook, and welcome. In this standing movement class, we will work from the ground up to develop better balance and strength and move better and more efficiently in gravity. You'll need a tennis ball and a stable chair without arms. Be sure to consult your doctor before starting a new exercise regimen. This is a beginner-level class, but all abilities are welcome. It's important that you listen to your own body and move at your own pace throughout the class. You can stop at any time and skip any movements that are not comfortable for you. I will provide modifications throughout the class, and we'll also share some in the chat. Okay, so we're going to start standing today, everybody. And because it's a standing class that works on balance, your feet are really vital to that equation. So let's just take our feet about 6 inches apart and look down at your feet for a moment. And I want you to lift all 10 toes off the floor. And in looking at your feet, notice you have 3 key weight-bearing points on your feet. The ball behind your big toe, the ball behind your little toe, and your heel. You have a triangle on each foot. Then just lay your toes down. And do it a few times. And notice if when you lift your toes, if your ankle changes shape to get the 3 foot points down, the tendency can be for the ankles to be a little more caved in the middle. So you can just start by aligning your ankles so you can feel the 3 foot points a little bit better. And we'll work through this throughout the class. So as you feel the foot points, center your head over your spine. Now we're going to just do an opening movement where we move from the pelvis. So moving from your pelvis, just let your arms swing. Let your heel lift on the side you're turning away from, keeping your head right up over your pelvis and feet. And let your arms just go for the ride, so you're generating the movement from your pelvis instead of from your arms, so you're not aggressive with your arms. Then add your exhale, so the movement of the body and the arms help to wring out your lungs. Feel the breeze on your skin. You're coming into your feeling body, letting go of the rest of the day. Just get your energy moving. So whatever you were doing before, you're going to do after class, just let all that go and just come into this moment of feeling yourself. Now the next time, as you turn, take that arm up overhead. Now imagine with the heel that's lifted side, push the ground to the back so you can open the front of your hip, then just open your chest to look up. Then lower and turn to your second side. Push the ground to the back, slide the heart forward so you're opening your hip and your back, which is also nice after if you've been sitting. And then side 1. Lift the heart, push the ground to the back. Side 2. Come back, shake out your limbs. Now we're going to roll out your feet, so grab your ball. The feet are an adaptive, mobile adapter, but also a rigid lever. Those are their key main functions of your foot. So the first thing, put the ball under the ball of your foot with your heel on the floor and have the knee a little bent. Now start by twisting the forefoot back and forth over the ball, getting the foot to twist. So we're getting the foot to be better at being a mobile adapter so you can keep your 3 foot points on the floor better, whether you're bending or straightening your legs. We want to get all that tissue to glide better and have better contact with the ground. There we go, about 6 to 10. Now from there, from the ball of your foot to your heel, reach into the ball and get the tissue. I'm going to come back onto my mat here because my ball's not cooperating as well as I would like it to. So I'm going to reach into the ball to let the ball roll. And you get to decide how much pressure you want to apply. If it's really painful, make it a little less. Use your exhale. Relax your upper body. So you're rolling from the right behind the ball of your foot to the front of your heel. That plantar fascia, that muscle, tendon, tension points between the feet that make the foot more springy and resilient. Now with the heel on the floor again, knee bent with the forefoot, grab the ball with the forefoot, then lift and spread the toes. Feel how you're getting those joints in the forefoot to move, but also all the small muscles in the foot. Nice and fluid. There we go. Now we're going to do something a little different. So put the ball under the point number 1, the ball under the big toe side of the foot. And as you just keep the knee bent, press that point number 1 into the ball. So you're activating that foot point, one of those triangle points, so you can feel it. And think of you're not grabbing with your toes. You're just pushing the metatarsal head into the ball. Small weight shift. Easy up top. One more. Now put it under the 5th metatarsal head on the right behind the little toe. Now press that point into the ball. push down. So you're getting those points activated, you're getting any tension around those areas to release a little better. Bringing more awareness to your foot. And just 2 more. And 1. Now for your ankle joints, straighten the knee joint, touch the floor to the front and the heel to the back, and feel the glide in your ankle now. Pretty critical function is to keep our ankles mobile for life, and we tend to lose this if we don't work on it, but you can regain it. And just 3 more. And 1. Now roll the ball closer to you, put it under your heel. Those 2 front foot points stay on the ground, and as you squash the ball, stand on the ball, opening the front of your hip. So now we're stepping into balance with gravity. Easy shoulders. Exhale into alignment. If you feel like you can take it a step further, let that back foot float. And just 3 more. Each time you're stepping into balance. And 1 more. Very nice. Take a moment. Better already. Let's go right into side 2. So, heel on the floor, knee a little bit bent, heel stays on the floor. The ball is right behind the ball of your foot. Now twist the forefoot back and forth over the ball. You're wringing out the foot. It's what it's designed to do to a smaller scale when your foot is even on the ground. This mobile adapter is twisting and untwisting when you bend and straighten your leg. There we go. Now from the ball of your foot to your heel, slowly reach into the tissue to get the tissue a little more mobile. And again, when you find a sore spot, maybe go a little slower. Manage the pressure so you don't have to hold your breath or tense your neck and shoulders. You can still maintain a little bit of a smile. You're going, hey, this kind of feels good. 3 or 4 more. That's it. And 1 more. Now put the ball under that first metatarsal head, the point behind the big toe. Knee bent. Now press that first med head into the ball. Feel how you're doing that, but you're not necessarily grabbing with your toes. You're getting the med heads, which you want to keep on the floor. You want to practice keeping on the floor when we're weight bearing, so you feel more stable, and your leg muscles will fire better. And 1 more. Now put it under that 5th metatarsal head. Knee bent again, ankles aligned. Now press down again. Knee stays bent, heel stays on the ground. Easy shoulders and neck. And notice that you don't have to look at the ball. So you don't want to do these exercises like this. You can keep your head up because you have all the feedback from your foot. Your foot's a sense organ. 2 more. And 1. Now straighten the knee joint. The focus now is actually we have couple more. So now grab the ball, lift and spread the toes. Feel the motion in those joints in the forefoot. Getting all those muscles to move. 2 more. And 1. Now straighten the knee joint. Now touch the ground to the front, the heel to the back. Feel the glide in your ankle joint. Nice and upright on your standing leg. If you needed to use your chair or the wall for standing, that would be fine. And 2 more. And 1. Now roll the ball close to you. Put it under your heel. Ball your foot on the floor. Those 2 front foot points stay on the ground. And as you squash it, shift your weight onto the top of that standing leg. So picture your body's designed to be really efficient in gravity, and for it to be efficient, it needs to be aligned. So you're stacking your bones in a skillful way. So you have optimal movement potential where you're not fighting gravity. Exhale to step. You're not overly bracing. You're having an amazingly good time. You're saying, wow, I kind of like this. 1 more. Very nice. Now from there, we'll take that out of the way. And I'm going to come back onto the floor. So now with your feet about 6 inches apart, or a foot apart, we're going to tap the hips. I'll turn sideways for this. So as you tap around the front and back of your hips, hinge your pelvis over the top of your legs. Let your knees soften. So you're just bringing awareness to all those big muscle groups, quads, hamstrings, glutes. Then as you tap, just draw a little figure eight with your hips, getting all the muscles around your pelvis to glide on each other better. There we go. Now we're going to step in, we're going to lubricate the joint and get the muscles in the back of the hips to move better. So have your left foot just a few inches forward. Now step and form a T with that left foot with the right foot. Now as you look down, you want your left toes lined up with your right arch and your foot points are on the floor. Then unlock your knees. Now hinge the pelvis over the top of your standing leg. Hinge back up. Now step back and form a T the other way. And then step forward again. Small hinge. Come back up and step back and go nice and slow. Get the feeling that you're keeping your foot points on the floor and that left foot is not sliding around on the floor. You're rotating your pelvis around the top of your fixed standing leg. This is getting your deep hip muscles to glide better, your pelvic muscles to glide, and your glutes. And then we'll come up. And we're going to go right into side two. So we'll take the left foot a little bit forward. Or your right foot, I mean. Now step and form a T. Pause. All 6 foot points are on the floor. Now if you have to make it smaller because that feels like it's too far for you, make the range work for you. Bend your knees slightly. Now hinge. Hinge back up and step back the other way. Great to do just even this exercise if you've been sitting a lot. It helps to align your legs in the joint better and lubricate the joint, also moving the muscles in the back of the hip where your sciatic nerve runs through. Makes your lower back feel better. 2 more. And 1. Now for better balance, we're going to do something called single leg abduction. So I'm going to put my left, you're going to put your left heel on your right instep. Now imagine right now my pelvis is level. I'm going to drop my hip out so my pelvis becomes unlevel, like I'm waiting for the bus. So this muscle is just lengthened. I'm going to leave the bent leg passive. I'm going to press my leg towards the midline to level my pelvis. Drop it out, press and level. So now I'm strengthening my lateral hip and I'm pressing into my foot points. So you're creating that sense of stability and balance on your foot and your hip. Now lift and hold. Just notice that you can lift the knee and get a sense that I can keep my pelvis level. You can even put the foot down every time. Just feel that. Just feel that before we do side 2, how that affects your balance. Now let's go right into side 2. Put your right foot on your instep. Now drop your left hip out. Pelvis is unlevel, then level it. Now I'm not using this leg to level it. This leg is passive. Press into your foot points and re-level. Shoulders and arms are relaxed. Lift and hold. And then just notice you can lift your leg. You can get a sense of a little better balance. You can put the foot down every time. So now you're feeling the sense of stability with movement. Now we bring that right into what we're doing with our hips now. So feet right under your sit bones. Get that feeling of being right up on top of your standing leg and bring the opposite hand to the knee as you lift. Now if you can take it further, lift and pull the knee up slightly. If that's too much, stay with the verse version of just touching the inner thigh. Reach into your standing leg. 1 more each side. Now with your arms, just start to bring your hands in front of you and trace a little figure 8. Now let your waistline move with the figure 8. Now we're going to add, so when you add the figure 8, you're adding a little more action in your torso muscles. Now with that figure 8, we're going to add a knee lift. Go into your standing leg. to lift the other knee. Two more each side. Very nice. Now from there, we're going to go right into a lunge tilt. So with a lunge tilt, step one leg back about 2 feet behind the front heel and have your feet about 6 inches apart. Now standing vertical, imagine you're going to tilt your body over your front leg, but the body line from your back leg to your head stays the same. So just lean and lift. Lean and lift. Feel your 3 foot points. Feel your body line. Now let's add the arms. As you lean, reach the arms to the back and then come back up. Shoulders pull back. As you pour the weight into the front leg, reach into your back leg. Just 2 more. And 1. Step up and switch. Again, feel that 6 inches left to right, parallel legs. As you reach into the back leg, tip the pelvis over the front leg. Feel your 3 foot points. Feel the spring in your legs. Lean onto it. Now reach the arms to the back as you tilt. Full body, you're reaching into the back leg as you pour the weight into the front leg. 2 more. And 1. Very nice. Now as we come up, we're going to grab our chair and do something for the feet and the legs. So put your chair so the back of the chair is facing you so you have it for your hands. And have your feet right under your sit bones. This is like a vertical knee bend, but we're including the ankles. It's called roll-throughs. So with your feet, lift your 10 toes for a moment, feel your foot points, and then lay them down. Do that 3 times. And just sense you can start to feel them a little more clearly. Now lower the toes, press into the front 2 foot points, and lift your heels halfway. Now with the heels lifted, slide your body down an imaginary wall. Lower your heels and straighten. Rise up, bend, lower, straighten. And again. And imagine the hands are just there for a little balance. You could even use 1 finger. So you're not gripping, if possible, with the arms too much. You're just using that for just a little bit of support. And now we're going to reverse. Bend, keeping the heels down. Roll onto the balls of the feet. Lengthen. Lower the heels. Bend. Roll onto the ball of the feet. Lengthen. Lower the heels. 2 more. Lift. And 1 more. There we go. Now take your feet a little wider, like shoulder width, and a small turnout, like 10 and 2 o'clock. Like if you're a dancer and you have tremendous turnout, go a little less than what you got, because then you can work on good alignment and muscle activation. So when you're here, just practice same action, but before you go up, feel like you're starting to squeeze your inner thighs. So you start to feel the inner line of your leg is activating. Then let that float your heels halfway. Now plie, so knees go out over your toes. Lower the heels and straighten. Float up, bend, lower, straighten. Feel like you're using more of the muscles in the back of your hips, along with your inseams and your quads. 1 more in that direction. And now reverse. Bend, keeping the heels down. Roll up under the balls of the feet. Lengthen and lower. Bend, lift, lengthen, and lower. And 1 more. Bend, lift, lengthen, and lower. Now we're going to add something to it. So bend, lift the heels halfway and hold. Now reach one arm out to the side, right off your shoulder, keeping your pelvis still, just from your rib cage up. Turn. Back to center, hand to the chair, lower your heels, lengthen, bend, lift the heels, reach the second arm out to the side. Turn from the rib cage up, center, back to the chair, straighten, one more each side, bend, lift, reach, turn, center, lower, lengthen, one more, bend, lift, reach, turn, center, lower, straighten. That's a party. Now we're going to take the chair off, move it out of the way, and we'll come back onto the floor for some squats. So in squatting, I want you to get the feeling that the weight stays balanced on the front and the back of your feet, and you're descending slowly. So first thing, right as you bend your knees, bend them and hold them there for a moment. So small bend, feel like you're right on top of your legs, and with your feet, imagine you're swiping the floor out. Even though they're not rocking in or out, you're just swiping the floor out like windshield wipers. So you can feel the back of your hips turn on, your inseams. Now slowly as you lower, reach the arms to the front, go as low as you can without the heels lifting. And as you straighten, press the arms to the back. We'll gradually build our range, but listen to your own body. Inhale on the down. Exhale to press. Now, a lot of times when we squat, we'll end up doing this with the shoulders. So even keep your shoulders dropped and the top of your chest open as you descend. And then press up from right where the legs meet your body. Fluid. Breathe all the way through it. Now, if you feel like it's possible for you to go a little deeper, go a little deeper. Let's do 5 more. Three more now. And 2. And 1. Now we're going to do a little strengthening work for the back chain of our body, our glutes, our inner thighs, and our spinal muscles. So we're going to take our feet a little wider than the shoulders and turn the outside edges of your feet parallel with each other. So your toes are slightly turned in. That'll allow you to activate your inseams a little bit better. So this is an exercise from another system called foundation work, really to strengthen the body and decompress the spine. So in this position, with your legs a little bit bent, draw your pelvis slightly back, just a little bit back. Now put your pinky on the front of your hips and your thumb on your low ribs. Broaden across your chest and draw your head slightly back and up. Now just start to breathe in like you're creating more length and lift between your rib cage and your pelvis. Breathe into your width and all the way up into your armpits. Now on the exhale, keep that length, but follow the belly wall in to feel the tone. One more breath like that. Stay in that shape. Bend the elbows back slightly, palms forward. Broaden across your chest and pull your shoulder blades just a little bit back so you feel your middle upper back muscles becoming alive and active. Breathing in into your width and length. Exhale as the belly wall draws in, squeeze your legs towards each other. One more breath. Now it gets more interesting. Pull your hips back as you scoop your arms forward. Bring your 10 fingers to touch. Now keep pulling the hips back. Squeeze your inseams. We're going to take 5 breaths. Now the tug of war is between your hips pulling back, your arms pulling forward. Exhale, belly wall draws in. Keep the top of the chest open. You're working a lot of muscles right now. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Bring your hands to your legs. Now with a flat back, come back up. Shake it out for a moment. Now we're going to do one more round. We're going to go even a little wider. So you're not just working on flexibility, you're working on range of motion with strength. So again, outer edges of the feet parallel, knees a little bit bent, hips pulled back a little bit. Pinky on the front of your hips, thumb on your low ribs, shoulders back, long through your neck. Now breathe into your length and width. Keep the length, draw the belly wall in as you squeeze your inseams. Rotate your elbows slightly back, palms forward. Pull your shoulders back. Now breathe into that length and width. Exhale, belly wall, squeeze your inseams. Now start to pull the pelvis back without rounding your back. You're hinging at the hips. Scoop your arms forward. 10 fingers touching like you're holding a small globe, pressing them together. Pull the hips back more. 5 breaths now. Breathe into your length and width. Exhale as you squeeze your legs, draw your belly wall away from the ground. Stay long, right out the crown of your head. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Release the arms with a flat back, come up. Walk your feet in. Now after that, we're going to do some stretching for your spine that will feel really good because you just worked your spinal muscles. I'm sure you felt some work in your lower back. And these stretches will be active. So you're going to bring your feet about 3 or 4 inches apart. Bend your knees slightly. Interlace your fingers. Now I'm going to do it both front and side so you can see me. From the side, just practice with your knees bent. Press the palms forward, shoulders stay low. Now pull your waistline back to round your back. Hold for 2 breaths. Now release your arms, tip your pelvis a little forward, pull your shoulders back. Now slide your heart forward and up, extending your back, and hold that for 2 breaths. On the exhale phase, follow the belly wall in. Squeeze your inseams like you did in the previous exercise. Lengthen up, interlace again, bend, press forward, pull the waistline back, hold for 2 breaths. Release, roll the pelvis forward, shoulders back. If you feel like you can take it further, you can interlace your fingers, but you're not trying to let your shoulders come forward, so if that feels like too much, just have your arms open. Now pull your shoulder blades back, slide your heart forward and up. 2 big breaths. Feel you're opening your chest, but you're activating your spinal muscles. Release. Interlace your fingers again. Now press your palms forward, your long legs. Let the arms come up overhead. Shift your pelvis a little bit to your right. Look down to your left. Now side bend as you press through the heel of your hands. 1 more big breath. Lengthen back up. Side bend, press to the second side. Inhale back up, first side 1 more time. Inhale back up, second side. Lengthen up, lower the arms just for a moment. Last one is rotation. We'll do 2 versions. Bring your arms into genie arms, retract your shoulders. Now keep your hips straight ahead. Keeping your shoulders retracted, turn without turning your pelvis. Then look back. Press into your foot points. Now turn again to the second side and look back. Now take your arms and press them forward, go up overhead. Set the shoulders low. Now if you need to, have the arms a little bit in front of you if it's uncomfortable for your shoulders. Now slowly, without turning your pelvis, turn from the rib cage up and look back past your arm. Spiral back to center. Turn to the second side like you're wringing out a towel. Back to center. Lower the arms. Now grab your chair 1 more time. This time you'll have the chair itself facing you instead of the back of the chair. And we're going to do a plank on the chair. I hope you're excited. So here we go. So in this position, hold either the front or the side of the chair, and as you step into a plank, feel your body line like a straight line from your ears to your ankles. Take 3 breaths while you're here. Make sure you're not in Baddhasana. Your hips are under you. You're reaching through your heels. Now we're going to keep the pelvis still, and we're going to do a leg movement. On the exhale, pull one knee in. Now reach it back off the ground. Now keeping your pelvis still, draw the heel to your butt. And then down. We're going to do 3 each side. Knee to chest, back, heel to butt. Practice keeping the lower back the same. Hold on to your body line. You're working on pelvic stability, whole body stability with mobility in your hips and legs. 1 more each side. Walk it back in for a second. Bend the knees. Come back up and rest for a moment. Now we're going to do a push-up, but we're going to do a bent leg version of the push-up so you can focus on good form with your upper body. So this time, when you put your hands on the chair, step back a little less. So say you're going to do a standing cat stretch. Make sure your chair is stable. It might need to be against a wall. And as you lift your heels a little bit, bend your knees slightly and come into a flat back. Now as you start to transfer forward slightly, bend your elbows towards your hips and then straighten. You don't have to bend very far because you really want to work on good shoulder connection, and then draw the belly wall in as you press away. Transfer a little bit forward and then press back. 4 more. Two more. And 1. Walk it in. Bend your knees, drop your head and arms, and roll back up to standing. Then we'll remove the chair and we'll go into the final pieces. Now we're going to come back onto the floor. Now this whole lunge series we're about to do relates to what happens when we're walking. So it's a little different way of lunging. So you're only going to have a small gap between your back big toe and your front heel. Because we don't want to lean forward as much, we're going to load onto our leg where we let the shin go forward and the pelvis go over the foot, opposed to keeping our knee back. And what you want to practice doing when you do this exercise, when we're walking, we don't just go forward, we diagonally move over our leg that's going in front of us. Even though it seems subtle, it's happening. We want to amplify that. So with your hands on your pelvis, small gap front to back, shift your pelvis like you're literally taking your pelvis over your front foot. Let the back heel lift a little bit and keep it straight. Reach into it. So you might feel a little stretch in the front of your hip. And just shift back. Do that a few times. Stay vertical. Feel like you're pouring the weight into your front 3 foot points, so you start to feel all of your leg muscles on that front foot. Now we're going to add. So go forward. On the back side, take that arm up. Reach down with the other arm. Now from your pelvis, just go a little more forward as you reach. And picture that your head tilts slightly towards your reaching arm as you reach overhead. 1 more on this side. Same lunge, but switch your arms. Now go forward. Now as you go forward. Now let your pelvis, keeping your eyes level, glide out a little bit on that side. So you're loading your lateral hip as you reach into your back leg, and you'll feel more of an opening in your inner thigh on that back leg. 1 more. Now, same arm, take that arm forward. We're going to rotate, but not the pelvis. So you're going to go forward. Now turn towards that side, but keep reaching into your back leg. So I'm not letting everything go. I'm loading my legs and feet, but I'm adding this dynamic to add more awareness to the options I have in gravity. Now take the other arm forward, palm down, same rotation. Go forward, and as you turn into the front knee, again, keep reaching into your back leg. Staying as vertical as you can. 1 more. Now the last one As we go forward, you're going to go forward, load, reach, and now right below the breastbone, you're going to round your back, but keep your shoulders dropped. And then come back. So I load, reach, use my abdomen to round. You'll feel how your legs are working a lot to do that. One more. Forward, reach, round. And we'll switch legs. So again, front to back about a foot, 6 inches to a foot left to right. Now just with your hands on the back of your pelvis, move towards your bending leg. Load those 3 foot points. Make sure, see if you can avoid grabbing with your toes on that front foot. If that's the tendency, you want to really work yourself out of that a little bit. Your feet will have better balance and stability. Now with that back side, let the arm go up, load, let your head tilt towards the reaching arm as you reach into the back leg. One more. Now take the front side arm up. Go forward first, then shift out slightly, keeping your hips level. Feel the load before you shift. Keep reaching into that back leg. 2 more. And 1. Now same arm, forward palm up. Load forward, then turn. Let your eyes look and come back. Keep reaching into that back leg so you feel stable. And 1 more. Now, other arm forward, palm down. Same rotation towards the front knee side, but you're reaching into your back leg. You'll feel a lot of muscles in your torso and hips getting activated as you do that. 2 more. And 1. Very nice. Now we're going to go into stretching the back chain of your body. So I'm going to come onto the mat. Now just take one of your legs in front of you, just a few inches, and rock back onto your heel. Lift the forefoot and stand nice and tall. Now we'll go really slow. Take a breath. Now as you shift your pelvis back, let the back knee bend. Reach the arms forward. Now just use your abdomen to round a little bit. Come back up. Let your foot come back to the floor. Lift, shift, reach, and round. Feel it like a pulse. Now start to press the front heel into the ground as you go into the stretch, so the muscles that are lengthening are active. They're like little catapults. They lengthen, then they rebound you back up. Now take the opposite hand to the foot, same side hand to the back. Every time at the top, have that moment of relaxation before you do your next one. Now same side hand to the foot, opposite hand to the back. 1 more. And we'll switch legs. So second foot a little bit forward. Lift the forefoot, take a breath. Shift your pelvis back, let the back knee bend. Now reach forward, hinge, and then let yourself reach down, let yourself round. Use your abs. Come right back up. And again, shift. Exhale through the stretch phase. Start to press the front heel into the ground as you move into it. Keep the top of your shoulders relaxed. Now, opposite hand to the foot, same side hand to the back. It's not about extreme, it's about feeling your body in space, being efficient. Now, same side hand to the foot, opposite hand to the back. Feel how that hits your hamstrings and the back of your hips differently. 1 more. Now we're going to take that, we're going to finish with a clock step. Great for your balance. Imagine you're standing inside of a clock, and you have 12 in front of you, 3 and 9 on each side, 6 to the back. So with your hands on your hips, the standing leg stays flat, standing foot stays flat the whole time. So as you slide one foot out in front of you, slide it forward to 12, come right back up. Slide it to 1 or 11, slide it back up. Slide it to 2, back up, slide it to 3, back up. Now as you slide it to 4, let the pelvis turn, but keep your 3 foot points on the floor. Come back up to 5 or 7, to 6. Now as you go behind you, the leg that's moving side, take that arm forward, go across your body to the back, come back up, and one more time, across to the back, go slow, and back up. We'll go right into side 2. Small bend, slide forward, slide it up, back to center, 10 or 2, 3 or 9. Turn the pelvis, but keep your head straight ahead. Keep most of the weight on the standing leg the entire time. Across the back, same side arm forward. And last time. Now as you arrive in the middle, take a moment to stand on your legs evenly. Sense your alignment, your ease. Take a big breath. Acknowledge yourself for your focus and hard work. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this class, be sure to visit AARP Virtual Community Center to find more classes like this and other fun online events at aarp.org/VCC. Thank you so much.